Greetings. Darkness pulls me in. The last thing I remember is the sound of my heart, torn from the veins, away from my lungs, of which that I breathed. The shadow in the corner. It lures me, romanticizes the blade that lays upon my dresser, caresses it, as if it wants me to hold it. I understand what it wants me to do. I understand what I want to do. But primal instincts always kick in. Keep me from doing what I wish. I live for nothing. Nothing any longer. My life is forfeit. There is no reason for me to be around. If there was a God, he's awful. The worst type of person. God is said to be a kind and loving soul. But all I seem to get from him is the shit that he throws. My luck quickly turns sour. Fortune turns misfortune. Happiness turns to sadness. And the blade sinks closer and deeper to my flesh. I am nothing. I have nothing. I am a samurai with no master, a wolf with no pack, a phantom with no howl, a knight with no king. There is no reason for me to be around. For those of you that feel the same, live on. For you may yet have the chance to still be with the one you love. But my chance was blown. Forfeit from the moment that I had acquired eyes upon her. It was childish at first. No reason for me to be doing anything. I had no reason to love her. Nothing except for the smile and the hugs she used to give in the morning. Those were the only reasons back then. Now, it's her smile, her laugh. The thought of being with her makes my heart race faster, faster than any fighter jet could ever acquire, faster than light could ever achieve. For I was in love. Whenever I'd stand next to her, thoughts rush into my head. When I get close, words, things that may yet to come. Words, sounds of a future, sounds of a very possible future. They rush in and then quickly dissipate. I knew I loved her. So I did what I could. required any reason just to see her, just to hear her voice. As creepy as it may be, it's what a lover would do. I made dates. First date was my 15th birthday. First, we moved around for a while. We went over to New York, I believe. Upon going to the New York, now that I think about it, I do not believe we did. I believe we only went around the mall. So never mind what I was saying. We went around into the mall, walked about, spotted a pair of shoes that she liked. How I wish I bought those shoes the moment she laid eyes upon them and turned to me and said that she liked them. The speed of which that I would have bought them. But I did not. We then ate sushi. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it very much. Sitting next to her. Me enjoying my time. Not realizing the facial expressions that I had been creating. The blank stares into the table. She was always there, telling me to smile. It's my birthday. Smile a little. And so I did. I smiled. Because of her. We then went to the aquarium, as funny as it was. Eating fish, then going to see the fish. We walked around the shark reef, went through the sunken boats, went around to pet some of the horseshoe crabs and stingrays. She was observing, slightly hunched over, her arms keeping her supported. Thought quickly rushed through my head that I should come up behind her and hug her. While I was about to, voices rushed into my head, thoughts of the future came crashing in, and I was scared. And I, being the coward that I am, fled. Upon dropping her off, she tried holding me. I should have stayed. I should have pulled her back, given her a kiss. The treasuring of that moment would have been magnificent. Second date. Summer 2015. Took her over to the roller coaster of the New York. The Big Apple roller coaster in Las Vegas. I gave her a ride. She was terrified. I still remember the feeling of her skin pressed against my hand as she clenched down upon my hand in fear of the heights and the dips. She was thankful that I took her up on that ride. Said that it wasn't so bad. Reassuringly, I let her know that even I was not afraid. We then went over to the park, had a nice talk. I sang to her a song she loved. David Joy, By My Side. It's a moment that I cherish. No matter what, every moment I spent with her, I cherished. But then, that would be the last time that I saw her. What else would I be able to do? I am a coward. I have my phone taken away from me for 5 months. Unable to contact her, unable to speak with her, unable to hear her, see her. Then, February 7th, 2016, my birthday, I asked for my phone to be returned. After receiving my phone, I immediately speak to her. Happy to be able to converse with her. I go onto Facebook to see how everyone else is doing. Then the thought strikes me. I live far away from her. Far, far away. About a 2 hours drive. So, what I do, I take a look on her Facebook profile. Look about her profile. Over to her relationship status. Upon looking, I could feel my heart being torn from its place, being torn through my lungs, being hacked at, burned, stabbed, corroded. She was in a relationship with someone. I, foolishly, before having seen, reminded her that I loved her. Something I did often, but this time was different. Having realized that she was already in a relationship, I confronted her about it. It didn't help me. It hurt. And now, whenever I look upon the anime, even the thing that I cherish most, second to her, anime, even upon watching that, it does not bring me happiness. You may think that this is nothing but some teenage love, a mere crush. But let me remind you the difference between a crush and love. A crush doesn't last very long. At most, it'll last a year. Love lasts much longer. can last forever. I've loved her for 5 years. I've loved her. 5 long, agonizing years. I've had to watch, listen. Then I tell her that I love her, and I become rejected. But, being persistent, I continue to remind her, I love you. I love you. I love you more than anything in the world. And every time, I get the same response. A mere smiley face. A smiley face emoji. Whenever I ask her about how she feels about me, she used to tell me that she didn't want to answer that question. I knew what her answer was. I knew that she had not the same interests as I. But I continued. I'm a fool. I love you. But now that it is over, I am nothing. The one person that I have lived for is no longer within sight, no longer within reach, no longer within thought's range. Now, the only thing that runs through my mind is the sound of a blade cutting through flesh and bone, seeing the blood drip down from my arms, drip down from my chest, and spray against the wall. For I am nothing. I have nothing. There is nothing for me to live for. And thus, my story has come to an end.